News for Eric though is he's got 12 rebounds.
Let's go courtside to Miss Andrea Indicio.
4-hour matchup tonight. Kung inside the court, they might look tough towards each other. But in real life, magkumpare pala ang dalawang yan. Ninong pala si Vic ng panganay nitong si Eric. Kwento ni Eric, since college pa kaming magkatapatan yan. Pero imbes na maging magkaribal, mas naging close pa kami. Aside from reuniting with his kumpare, today is actually a special day for Eric as his wife is celebrating her birthday. His wife suffered from an autoimmune disease and is now recovering. Gusto nga raw sana sumama sa kanya ng asawa niya tonight but he opted not to, saying he wouldn't want to risk it. Masaya na raw siya na at this point she is slowly getting back to health. With family being his source of inspiration, it's like a huge rock was lifted from his chest. Back to you guys.
Maraming salamat, Andrea. Happy birthday to Mrs. Kamson. And alam natin, no, there were stretches during the season where Eric had a tough time dealing with that. And although he still played magnificently for Rizal, you could clearly see yung joy, no, medyo nawala sa kanya, no? And up until now, he's still finding his stride here. But man, every time you play for family, you play for your kids, your wife, it's gotta be uplifting despite the struggles para kay Eric.
Oh, without a doubt. I do clearly remember. You know that video where Keanu Caballero actually made that heave against the Batangas. That game was played in the Inares Center in Pasig, where Eric Kamson was the best player of the game. Well, he could not hold his tears because of, you know, how the wife is. And it really just brings a lot of hope and good news. Understanding the wife of Eric Kamson celebrating his birthday, and is now feeling so much better. And always good to hear news like that.
At magkumpare pala silang dalawa ni Mga Silman.
Mike De Gregorio though continues to knock down shots from the outside. I tell you, this combination of Mike De Gregorio and Aline Bolenadi finally coming to fore here for the Heatwaves.
Robbie Naive forcing his way in, able to draw a foul against Mike De Gregorio. Naive will troop to the line for 2 free throws. Former Benil Blazer, Robbie Naive has carved out a role at times, finishing off the game in crunch time by Coach Ralph Rivera, but he misses a big one in the first. Second free throw, mintis pa din. Rizal is only 10 out of 18 from the charity stripe.
This is a relatively slow game for Robbie Naive, and the reason that I say that is that ang dami pa niyang pwedeng ibigay pero dito sa game na to hindi makakuha ng magandang tempo na sunod-sunod and a rhythm for Robbie Naive. Alvin Alday for the most part really has been quite silent in this game, and you're gonna need those guys to help out.
Despite all that though, 13 points lang kailangan na bulin ng Rizal. A lot of time left here in the fourth.
Oo, dami pa niyan.
You've got Alvin Alday who checks in for Robbie Naive, with Samboy De Leon, Mike Cañete, Philip Manalang, and Jeric Serrano. Serrano will bring the ball down, gives it up to Samboy De Leon, catch and shoot free, tatalbog palabas.
Boy, they had Alvin Alday on the other end. He never got to touch that rock.
Mabulak whips it to Melencio.
Nice block.
De Gregorio, third block, no? Galing kay Samboy.
Yes. Let's saka mabigat doon, Ken. 3-point shot yung blinak niya And so meaning he had to close out and get high off to try and deflect that shot by Mike De Gregorio.
Baseline inbound for Lawrence Victoria. 2 minutes chipped away at the game clock here in the fourth. Flores laban kay Cañete. Silang dalawang dating magkaampi, nagbabantayan, at si Cañete able to force a traveling violation against Lervin Flores.
Ngayon, kung nakaka-force ng turnover itong Rizal, kailangan makakuha sila ng puntos dito, no?
Yeah.
You know, you brought this lead. Lowest na itong binaba nila at 13 from a high of what, 19.
Alday. De Leon goes inside the paint. He gets it back, got blocked by Flores. Cañete there, carving out space and scoring for the Golden Coolers.
And Cañete and Lervin Flores going at it. In that instance, a good block by Lervin Flores, pero na-recover yung bola na ni Mike Cañete and enough for him to finish up that close. They got numbers right now.
61-50. Approaching the 7-minute mark of the fourth. Di Gregorio. Manalang in front of him. Mike using that Flores screen, forcing it up. Wala. Rizal, a chance to cut it to single digits. Alday, baseline drive.
Bad
Nowhere to
pass.
go. Melencio with a rock. Will slow things down. They go to the post. Flores. Pumersa sa ilalim. Wala. Mabulak with a stick back. Not much resistance there from Rizal that time out. Cañete lines it up, puts
Yes.
it in.
That one's big. That's huge for Rizal. They trimmed this down to a 10-point deficit with 6:20 remaining. You will have already done your job, but you gotta finish out strong. Lervin misses this one. Good recovery by Mike and left it up with a left-hand finish.
Pero dito sa kabilang bako, Mike Cañete just stepping into that three-point shot. And the lead is down to 10, 63-53. Timeout, Coach Jerson. Ng Pasay at Pampanga yan. Lalo Pasay, 20-8. Rizal gunning for that number 2 spot. Still has a good chance, especially if they mount a comeback here. Vic Manuel, one-on-one against Eric Kamson. Vic, kili-kili shot, galing kay Muscleman.
Patuloy pa rin talagang gumagawa ng paraan si Vic Manuel na makatulong dito sa Heatwaves.
Balagtas, pinasa kay Kamson. Binigay kay Alvin Alday. Met by 2 defenders. Alday flips it up. No.
Tulak.
Gregorio called for a push.
Tulak kay De Gregorio yun. This was a post-up right there. Eric versus Vic. And Vic once again winning that one. And sabi mo nga, kili-kili shot. Wala dito kay Vic Manuel. Natawa rin siya. Habang pababa, no?
This is Philip Manalang. Balagtas off the bounce. High off the glass. It will bounce out. Manuel grabs another rebound. 65-53. Manuel blocked by Eric Pili. Good job by Pili standing his ground. Baseline inbound. Pagsanhan will trigger it in. Manuel. 3-point shot. It will bounce out. Nobody boxing out. Jory Napoles. And Pangasinan just playing with much more effort right now compared to Rizal.
Oh, tsaka iba yung togetherness ng Heatwaves dito. They're pretty much designated yung mga roles. And talagang playing with a lot of energy, which is, I feel, missing for the most part dito sa Rizal.
Manalang, baseline try, kicks it out, Kamson, extra feed, Alday for 3 to beat the buzzer. Off the back iron. Bulanadi, catch and shoot. Kamson the rebound, his 14th. Quickly to Alday.
I thought he had a shot.
Did not force it up though. Manalang, the spin, the escape, the nifty finish by Philip Manalang.
And Philip trying to bring the energy here for Rizal. But they've got to be very consistent as they are down 12 but staying in striking distance with the Heatwaves.
Vic Manuel clearing out. Kamson in front of him. Poposte si Vic Manuel. PB hit. Matik yan. Galing kay Muscleman. 2 more points for a total of 18 and 10 para kay Vic.
Too easy. Pinantay talaga no? Kung merong depensa pang darating na tulong. Pero since wala, siya na gumawa ng paraan para makascore.
Kamson naman, face-up jumper. Tatalbog palabas. Bola nakuha ni Bulanadi. Pangasinan just holding steady, up by 14. Jore lobs it up to Manuel. Turnover against the Heatwaves.
Well, they were trying to get the ball over to Eric Kamson. To Vic Manuel habang nakatalikod si Eric Kamson, pero napalakas yung pasa at lumabas sa baseline. And Alvin Alday really could not catch a good rhythm, especially here in the second half. Alvin only has 9 points on a 3 of 11 shooting and 1 out of 5 from 3.
Samboy De Leon try to navigate through series of defenders. Now it's Balagtas putting up Pagsanhan, who has 4 fouls. De Leon over the outstretched arms of Jory Napoles. Can't connect, but a foul down low against Pangasinan.
Is that it for Harvey?
Yeah,
I think that's his 5th.
his night is done.
He's done. But he's contributed well, especially to start the game. Ito si Harvey Pagsanhan. Naging part siya nung pangalawang grupo na pumasok after nagpahinga yung mga starters. But you replace Harvey with King Gortiza, ang ganda rin na pamalit niya para dito kay Coach Gerson.
And will be charged to Coach Gerson Leventes.
Technical foul.
Was the sportsman-like for Harvey?
Oo, dahil foul out na siya, nakapunta pa kay Coach Gerson yung technical niya.
Oo, kasi foul out na
Kamson missing a big free throw.
It's been that kind of night. Pero pag tinignan mo yung score, ano pa rin a manageable 14 with understanding the firepower of Rizal. Alang late in this game, they still haven't gotten a good rhythm. And again, another baseline out of bounds.
De Leon, prior to that shot, was 1 out of 13 from the field. But does have 10 points and 5 rebounds after that make.
Foul. Ang bilis rin itong dalawang guardian to. Philip Manalang tsaka Hesed
At
Gabo.
dating magkakampi, magkaibigan, na matalik.
Kaya sanay na sanay
Oh! Violation, nonetheless. Gortiza. Sa baseline ka lang pwede gumalaw
Correct. Lifted his feet.
Vic Manuel, sidestep, short. Kamson, may 15 rebound pero turnover na naman laban sa Rizal. Vic Manuel kicks it out. An eternity of time for Bulanadi to launch that one but can't hit it. Naive lobs it up. Cañete. Alley-oop play converted by the former Arellano chief. Buhay pa ang Rizal dito, down by 10. Pangasinan can't just settle just yet.
Kaya kailangan maging intentional pa rin sila dito sa execution nila, hindi yung ubos oras lang.
The ball though, able to get past the defense of Samboy De Leon, who was asking for help. None was given.
And I think that decision by Hesed Gabo to take it downhill is he understood that he can, speed on a foot race against Philip Manalang going downhill.
Look at how the defense of Pangasinan was able to shackle the top 3 scorers of Rizal, with the exception of Mike Cañete, Eric Kamson, Alvin Alday, and Samboy De Leon. Those 3 guys, a combined 7 out of 36 from the field.
And that's how tough it's been para dito sa Rizal Central Mall Golden Coolers. Kahit na nung simula ng game, no? Hindi sila makakuha ng magandang rhythm. And the energy, much as they try their best to bring it, palagi silang nahihinto because of the momentum built by the Heatwaves. And I felt for the Heatwaves, ang laking bagay ng pasok ni Lervin Flores din. When they replaced all the starters, he pretty much brought the energy para dito sa Heatwaves.
Jory Napoles called for that technical foul, vehemently protesting that foul call. De Leon, first free throw, big miss. Had they made all three, it would have cut it down to 9. Rizal is 14 out of 24. LGR, the official outfitter of the Mpbl.
Splits the free throw.
15 out of 25. 10-point lead. Still a slither of hope.
You gotta be careful if you're the Heatwaves. Cross it, and you gotta get past this aggressive defense of the Rizal Central Mall Golden Coolers.
Pangasinan will slow things down. Bulanadi isolated up top against Samboy De Leon. The pass to Napoles got bumped, and he'll earn himself 2 free throws.
Number 15, Robin Ivan, is first.
Ivan call for his first foul.
Ba rin yung activity ni Jory Napoles dun sa pagkakataon na yon. You gotta credit itong Rizal for trimming this down to 10 with a minute and a half, pero nagmintis pa yung unang free throw nito ni Jory Napoles.
Oh, 2 big misses. Oh, what a lane violation against Rizal.
And they got one more.
Mabigat yun. Hindi, maaga sumasok si Samboy. Pero umintis pa rin naman yung free throw ni Napoles.
Ball don't lie.
Cañete, this would be big, but he airballs that free, and that's been the story for Rizal. 6 out of 25 from beyond the arc.
Yun talaga yung naging challenge nila, Ken. Making shots from the outside. And not even your shooters in Alwin Alday. Who else? Mike Cañete, been pretty okay. Pero yung tulong wala masyado.
And that's gonna be the question for all of the teams vying for the championship and have a good shot of making the playoffs, much like these two teams. Because the elite teams, even if the game slows down, Coach Mike, they're able to execute and find a way. Well, in this game, as De Leon continues to miss, Rizal, we saw them forced into a half-court game by Pangasinan. We did not see the usual transition game they were so good at.
Yeah, it's easy like that. We're not putting down, don't play around.
And credit Coach Gerson and the rest of the Heatwaves as they tried to get this one in the half-court transition game they were so good at. And credit Coach Gerson and the rest of the Heatwaves as they tried to get this one home up by 10, 71-61. We have a timeout with 52.3 seconds remaining. We'll be back after the short break. Remaining games ng Rizal, matindi yung September 27 nila against Nueva Ecija, and then Bacolod, certainly no pushovers. that's not gonna be a walk in the park. So a difficult schedule to finish off their elimination round para dito sa Rizal Centro Mall Golden Coolers.
And that pretty much is very important for them, especially as you try to keep a hold of at least on the top 4 spot para kahit papaano, if you perform really good, you got a chance to get home court advantage and come deep in the playoff runs.
Naive, high arcing free off. Serrano gets it back. De Leon rises up. Another 3-point attempt. Wala pa din. Vic Manuel with a massive double-double performance. Pangasinan. This is gonna be a tremendous win for them as they try to keep in step for that number 4 spot in the north. Cortiza gives it up to Gabo. Bulanadi. Niluwa. 24 seconds remaining. Samboy De Leon, derecho, lays it in. De Leon with 13 markers. Only 3 out of 17 from the field. That's the thing. Even though they scored points, Pangasinan really made them earn those points. Talking about Kamson, Alday, and Samboy De Leon.
The last time Rizal actually scored just 63 points in a game was in their loss against Binyan. That was a 63-66 game. And this might just be the lowest right now. They have 61.
Gabo taking free throws. Second one. Good. Teka. May malfunction pa sa scoreboard, ha? 19.6 seconds left. Okay, we resume action here. This is done pretty much a done deal already, Coach Mike.
Yes.
What do you see from these teams moving forward as they try to lock in a spot in the playoffs?
Well, one, if you're Coach Jerson, you want to keep this really good game for them. You do understand na meron pang mga upside para dito sa Heatwaves, but this is a good start to get a little bit of momentum, and especially heading into the playoffs. You like that Alain Bolanadi has finally, done well from shooting on the outside, and Big Manuel as well.
We have a timeout. We'll be right back. 18-9, so a game behind Batangas for that number 2 spot still. Batangas still has Mindoro on their schedule to round out their campaign. While itong Rizal nga, no? Mga kalaban pa, itong Nueva Ecija, Bacolod.
So the way it looks for the moment, mukhang secure pa yung number 2 para dito sa Batangas, ano? At 19-9.
Hindi pa sigurado.
Hindi pa sigurado, but with how they're standing right now.
Actually, half game behind.
Correct.
Ang Rizal with Batangas. And we don't want games to get postponed, but it turned out to be really interesting because that Binyan Pasay game and that Pangasinan Caloocan match will have huge implications in both divisions, really. With Binyan, they're still chasing for themselves, not having to go through the play-in, while on the other side, those 3 teams in the north, Pasay, Pangasinan and Caloocan, with Pampanga there, silang 4 din, 3 spots pinaglalabanan doon sa top 6 dahil nga sure ball na yung Abra, San Juan, Nueva Ecija.
Oo, and itong mga top teams na to talagang kung pwede mo lang iwasan yung play-in, yun talaga yung gagawin mo because well, number 1, more challenges and roadblocks to you as you try to win a championship this season and get the title. And you want to get the shortest path available, and that really is avoiding the play-in.
And Congratulations to the Pangasinan Heatwaves.
Naman talaga ang ipinapakita mo from the previous games, pero tonight mas ipinush mo pa ang sarili mo, leading with a double-double performance. Kahit na yung mga dehadong moments, nagagawan mo pa ng paraan. Ano nga bang kakaiba ngayong gabi at mas maganda yung galaw mo?
Hindi nag-focus lang kami sa depensa ng team. So, nakaka-stop kami. So, nagiging maganda yung flow ng offense sa amin. Nakapag-exit kami. So, yun. Kaya siguro nakakakuha kami ng mga easy basket.
Ang pinakamaganda dito, sinunod nyo yung gustong mangyari ni Coach Gerson Cabiltes na bumawi kayo in this match. Actually, kontrolado nyo yung game all the way. Ano nga ba yung naging turning point sa inyo at mas magandang naging resulta ng game ngayon?
Ayun na talagang kami. Kailangan namin panalo. So, lalo na sa home court kami naglalaro ngayon. So, yun. Hindi kami pwedeng matalo. Pag hindi, babagsak kami sa number 7. So, yun yung nasa utak namin lahat.